So I have an artifact for my technology application class that I started in the fall. I added this one artifact because I'm going to talk about why it was my best work, but I want you to look at the whole reason why. I had been out of school since '96. I got my graduate degree in '98. And so I think that was the first time that I actually understood email. And so from that time on, after my graduate work, there really wasn't a lot of use for technology as much as it is now. Of course, it's been overwhelming the past 10 years or so. So my job, of course, I use, technology, but not to the extent that we did in this class. So starting so fresh and with not a lot of technology skills whatsoever, but I just want to put that in perspective too. So I want to say this. Everything that I turned in that technology class, I consider my best work, because as you know, that first time it was just so overwhelming just to try to figure out online classes, try to figure out how to make my way through it. I'm not sure I still do. But so that in itself was just wonderful, that I'm to the point where I can figure it out a little bit. So then to try to do other things, and as simple as a PowerPoint presentation with audio and a video. So to a lot of people, that may not have been a big deal. For me, it was huge, because I had no idea where to start, what to do, and then to put it on YouTube. Because at this point, I probably had not even seen YouTube very much at all, because I just didn't know a lot about it and didn't care for it. And then to do all that at one time, that's why it was my best work, because it was so new. This was done in this was October, so of course we've had more assignments since before then. But this was a build-up, and this was just one that I could find online for one thing, because I was going to show the ethics video that I did, but somehow part of it is now gone. So I don't even see. There you go. See, I don't even know what happened to that. So I'm going to talk about this PowerPoint, but it represents the whole class, because it was all so new that I have to consider everything I did my best work, because I was coming from it at an angle where it was so new every time. So I hope you understand. I hope that's okay. But for this one, this PowerPoint, like I said, it was called, my title was National Council for Accreditation of Teacher Education. And why this one, we had to find standards, and we had to find accreditation information on technology. And so I had to figure all that out too, where to go to find that. I hadn't really done at this point a lot of research online. Back in the day, we spent a lot of time in the library. So to try to figure out how to find the information, how to put it in PowerPoint form, and then how to add video and audio to it, and then to put it on YouTube, that was a lot. And then so early on in the class. So that is why I consider this some of my best work, because one is that so much was needed, even though it was a simple PowerPoint, but it was still quite difficult and challenging because of so much I had to put in an extra. And two, I just wanted to represent that whole class, because when I look back at my work from my technology class and I see what I've done, especially that video that didn't work out, but I'm pretty impressed with myself. And then to finish my final with live binders. So to know how to do that now, I'd always have to have a refresher course going back, because I'm not using it on a daily basis. But I'm really proud of where I started in this technology class from day one and to where I ended. So, and this one PowerPoint is my example of my best work for the whole class. But again, the PowerPoint was pretty simple. I enjoy doing PowerPoint, but to add the other elements to it, and when I go back and look at it, I'm kind of impressed with myself, so that's why I chose this one. What did I find valuable about this particular assignment? Well, like I said, I think I had to put all that other stuff on there to the video and to find the information. And that information, I didn't realize how important that information was about accreditation and to know the standards and just to see where technology stands and all that. So of course, I think technology is just so valuable now, and you can see how it is used so much that that's why I thought that assignment was valuable, because I can use it now. But the information that I found and looking back, I thought was pretty good. And on that PowerPoint, I even ventured out a little bit and made some underlining things and made some comments and so to look back at it, to know where I had started and just being a few weeks in, to see what I've done and to continue to grow with that. And that's why I found it valuable. And what you gain from this assignment is, because it is a growth process and you're going to use every bit of what you learn. And when you have kids come to you who know so much more, and for example, to have a student come to me and want to do an audio or a visual PowerPoint, I now know how to do it, and I know how to put videos on YouTube. Hey, that's pretty big for me in itself. So with all that, that's the insight that I gained from this assignment, because it was starting at nothing and ending, and this was just a few weeks in to be able to do that. I thought I enjoyed. As far as anything missing from the course as a whole or from this assignment, no. I really appreciate that I had someone who was understanding about where I was with technology and was willing to work with me. And I know there's a lot of these online classes, but as far as for me, this being my first time, to be blessed with so many people who were willing to say, yeah, call me, let's work it out, or let's go over it, or whatever I needed to do, even when I thought about throwing in the towel. That just meant so much to me. So as far as anything missing, I wouldn't say that there was, because if I ever needed anything, I knew that I could that you were just a phone call away, and you understood where I was coming from, and you helped me along the way. So, of course, I think I talked about this a little bit, about how this assignment has helped me professionally. Well, I need PowerPoint every day almost, and so to be able to, what I think I like best about this PowerPoint is to see how you can send a PowerPoint as part of a discussion, and how you can talk in your PowerPoint so you can send it to places you can't be at, and they can see the PowerPoint with you in it. And so and then what I wanted to put as far as discussion part of the video. So I can immediately use every bit of information, plus the accreditation and the standards. I can go back to those anytime and know and look at it as a whole. And plus I put in about health standards too, because even though it's teacher, but I come from a health background, and be able to put health and technology in there together was just a double bonus for me. So I hope this made sense, that this is a representation. This was a tough assignment to try to find the information, PowerPoint, add all the stuff in it, but it just represents as a whole where I came from, and one of the places that I started with this one and early on, and then to see what I accomplished in your class. So that's why I chose this one and what it represented as a whole. So I hope that is okay, and I hope that you understand where I was coming from with this video. So thank you for all the opportunities to learn and grow, even though it was very frustrating the whole time. But once I got in there, every time once I got in there, I almost got lost in it. And so I think that's a big thing for me, was how you're so nervous. And I waited till the last minute all the time, because I do that when I don't want to do something and I don't understand something. I wait till the last minute. That's why I'm always late for all these classes, because I wait till the last minute. because it's all so very new. But once I started and I just messed around with it, then I learned, and I kind of like the end result. So thanks a lot.